and welcome to Clapham Junction and the outside of Clapham Junction. And I'm joined today by my friend Ports, who lives in London. In fact, what did you say? 2 stops down the railway line from here?
3 stops down, yeah.
3 stops down. So obviously you've been to Clapham Junction many times before.
I've been through Clapham Junction many times before, but I wouldn't say I've been outside Clapham Junction many times before. In fact, I'd say I've done it once. And it was right after I moved to London from East Yorkshire, about 30 years ago. And me and my then girlfriend decided to go to the closest concert venue, which happened to be a place called the Clapham Grand. So we hopped in a cab, thinking it would be like any cab in East Yorkshire, a couple of quid, and it ended up costing £30, which was rather a lot of money to spend to go and see a Dumpy's Rusty Nut concert. I subsequently learned that we live next to Mortlake Station, and Mortlake Station is 4 stations down the line, so it would have cost about 50p if we'd taken the train.
Really?
So if I'd have known about your great love of trains back in those days, Johnny.
Use the trains, kids.
You heard it here first.
Right, so anyway, the plan today is that we're going to go down 3 branch lines, and if you look on the map, and I'm sure right now the edit team has blotted us out and put a map up for us, because they're very good about that. If you look at the map, which I'm sure you're looking at, then you'll see that actually there's a line that goes down to Epsom Downs and another line that comes through to Tattenham Corner. And we can basically go down one branch, have a bit of a walk around the racecourse, and then pop back on another branch. And I've got a 3rd branch in mind, but we'll save that for a bit later. One request though, as we're going to go down to Epsom and the racecourse, can you keep the horse racing puns sort of limited, okay?
I'll definitely try and rein it in.
One thing I didn't check was what platform it leaves from. I know what time it leaves, but I don't know what platform.
Well, maybe we'll go get coffee and look it up.
Good idea, boss. He's just drinking his coffee.
Oh, sorry, Johnny, I'm just having it on the hoof.
So this will be a slightly different Hoover video, because obviously when you've got guests you tend to talk more and point the camera out the window less, so that's what we'll be doing. Anyway, so the first thing, we're at platform 15 and we're going to be heading off for Epsom Downs, but we're going to get off a bit sooner. The essence of this first branch we're going to, this was the first branch that was opened down to Epsom Downs, where they had the racecourse and all that sort of stuff, and this was the growth time of the railways, and so I think it was 1865 when the railway first got down to Epsom Downs. Obviously a huge explosion of traffic, both for the railway but also of course for the racecourse as well, no doubt. We're going to follow the footsteps of those old railway punters who were going down to have a flutter.
I bet they were.
So looks like the competition's got an advert up then.
Yeah, I'm not sure who they're trying to appeal to though, Johnny. I'm not sure if that's kind of, aiming at the good working class man wanting a little flutter, maybe a bit of a change from the greyhounds, wants to go and see a bit of horse racing.
Yeah, I'm thinking not.
This train is the
First train of the trip, Mr. P.
Well, this is looking like it's going to be a good one, Johnny.
Quite busy though.
Maybe that's an auspicious start.
is Streatham Common.
I always find it fascinating how much of a different perspective you get for where you live or around where you are, looking from a train compared to any other way. It's just something, you see stuff that you never see any other way. It's kind of like when you're getting a boat down the Thames, you see a completely different view of it all.
not Banstead. Now, I thought that we'd get off here, basically because we need the exercise and it's a nice day. But actually, we'll walk down to Epsom Downs, because Epsom Downs is a newish 1980s rebuild of the station, or we'll talk about that when we get there. But I think this is possibly a station that at least has something left of the original 1865 branch line stations. And, well, I think as you can see, ports over here, that it used to have 2 platforms, and sadly, just has the 1. So let's go up, have a look at the station, and then we'll go wander down and talk about Epsom Downs as well. The changing fortunes of Epsom Downs.
Let's get in the saddle. Surely.
So that station, it did look a lot younger than 1865, didn't it?
Oh, well, it's certainly had a lick of paint since then.
Well, that's true. Maybe the Southern Railways tidied it up in some way. So the plan is that we're going to pick up a road here called Fir Tree Drive or something like that, and then we should be able to track along to Epsom Downs.
Well, this is racing along.
That was a weak one.
It was, wasn't it? Very poor. What are the odds of that?
So what do we know about Nork? Nothing.
Well, this is a kind of area. Must be quite nice being a postman on a summer's day. And then
I don't know, give someone a camera. So here we go, 30 minutes outside of Clapham Junction. We're definitely, well, if we're not in the countryside yet, we're in the suburbs, aren't we? Definitely.
I'd say this qualifies as quite leafy.
Yeah. So a little bit about Epsom Downs. So this line was built 1865, and specifically really to bring punters to the raceway, if that's what you call it.
It's more of a course, I think.
Yeah, racecourse. Built in 1865 to bring punters to the racecourse, and of course a lot of punters, and at the time this was the only way by rail to get here, and so the original station had 6 platforms, no doubt also with stabling facilities for all the excursion trains coming down, and was really a huge affair. But now not quite so much, and a lot of that has to do with the other station we're going to visit, which is Tattenham Corner. So first off, let's have a look at Epsom Downs now in all its not so much glory really. Basically the gist of it, in the 1980s, as this line was being used less and less, no doubt some clever wag at British Rail at the time thought we could make a few quid, and they sold Epsom Downs railway station for a massive development of houses and brought the station about 500 or 600 metres further away from the racecourse, as it is now in all its not so much glory. But what we'll have to do to get to the racecourse, we're going to walk through the new estate, and most interestingly for me, I think, don't you agree, we're going to actually have a look at the station they built in the 1980s. And I get the impression that the architect was building a load of houses, and then at the very end of the day they said, oh, can you do as a station? They said yes, but I think they were lying.
So turn off.
Yeah, so this is literally the old railway station, now a kindergarten or a nursery, as in nursery steaks. Good enough, ports? Anyway, Yeah, so originally built as the railway station, and as you can see over my shoulder, the architecture is pretty much the same as the house that's just to the right of it. It looks like they just built another house and called it a railway station. Yeah, so what we're walking down now, all of this that we're walking down, is the railway.
It certainly is beautiful though.
So now we're up as far as the main road, and I think these houses here actually roughly must mark the point of the old railway station, with the many platforms and no doubt lots of people hawking and bustling on a race day, but now just quiet suburban gardens. So let's go for a little walk. Should we go and see if we can find the race course?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Right, let's do that. It's really hard to see probably with the GoPros, but now we're up here on the top of Epsom Downs, then we're definitely seeing a lot of London spread out in front of us. I can't make out any particular things, although the arch up there looks desperately like it could be Wembley, but Wembley's in North London. That would be a hell of a view, wouldn't it? But central London's not as big as you think, is it? Epsom Racecourse.
Of course.
It says something there, it's the home of flat racing.
I thought it was more 3D than that. I don't want to nag.
Right up on the downs at the racecourse, so next job, Ports, is to head off down towards Tattenham Corner, but the most important thing is, what's the time?
Nearly 2 o'clock.
It's got to be lunchtime.
If not pint o'clock.
That as well. Come on then.
Now there's someone who's got a minute. Don't forget, every day change the sign.
Security on the gates. So that's a shame, they're screwed on, because there was a couple of naughty schoolboys here, just thought if they were on a hook, it might be 83 days in a minute.
Don't be animals to criticise something for what they're not doing.
You can smell the chips from here.
Cheers, man.
Cheers to them. He said he's going to walk forward like this and I'm going to step back.
Tattenham Corner, Mr. Porter.
Very, very nice. Very nice egg and cress sandwich and a very nice pint of frothy wallop. Highly recommended.
Shall we go to the station of the same name then?
I think it's time we hoofed it round there.
Okay, so we've done the Tattenham Corner and there's the race course, not track. We're not in America, are we? So, Tattenham Corner station, the station that killed Epsom Downs.
Apparently. But yeah. Johnny will let us know.
So Tattenham Corner now, a much bigger station than Epsom Downs, and not surprising because this station, which used to be bigger, as you can see, there's some houses where no doubt there was even more station. This station didn't arrive until 1901 and was already then taking trade away from dear old Epsom Downs, and then in 1925 the royal train for the Derby came here. And after that, Everybody else did too. And that's why Epsom Downs, a bit sad, isn't it?
It's sad.
And mostly now a housing estate, whilst this station's still pretty big. And you can imagine it's very busy on Derby Day. Right, well, we've got here and there's about 8 minutes until the train leaves, so that's good timing, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is. Let's get on and then we'll be under starters' orders. Pussy pop. Nice rolling hills
And woods.
This is Perth.
So we're here at Purley, and it's a nice little station. It's quite a big station actually, and we're going to run down our third branch line of the day to Caterham. So just a little run down there, maybe have a little mooch around Caterham, enjoy a little bit more sunshine, cup of tea or something, and then back to Clapham Junction. And no car puns, okay?
I'll check them down. Caterham must be more popular than we thought. Obviously some sort of choke point.
So 5 coaches going to Caterham. I was kind of hoping there'd be a Caterham 7.
Is there any chance of us getting a drink, or is there a Caterham service?
See it, say it, sorted.
So tell me again, who do you think's doing the on-train announcements for Southern?
Well, it does sound rather a lot like Theresa May to me. So I'm wondering if train means train. Look forward to it.
So, welcome back to Purley.
Whoa, haven't we been here?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. And that was a little run down to Caterham. Really, because we were a bit nosy, weren't we?
We wanted to know what was going on.
Church was nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. And it looked like it was the end of year concert for the kids on in the church. And Port's got me a nice beer. And here we are. I know one or two of you worry whether I get a beer. So I've had 2 today. So It's okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't pay for either of them.
But you did pay for lunch.
True.
We'll call it even.
We will. Anyway, yes, we're here at Purley and we've changed off the Caterham branch because we both need Clapham Junction next. So Clapham Junction it is from platform 3 at Purley, and after that we'll go our separate ways. And so I hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it very much as well.
Yeah, we've gone to some places we didn't expect to. We've had a couple of puns.
I think it's good that we finished the car puns, because frankly I'm exhausted.
Thanks for coming along on a slightly unusual Johnny Hoover. Have a guest, do some daft things, but you know, it was quite fun. Have a look at some branch lines. Normal service will probably be resumed next week. So thank you very much for coming along today with Ports and myself. And if you enjoyed it, then do like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you really want to get some extra content, then consider being a member, and there's a link in the description. But here we are at Purley. Not by the gates.
The pearly gates?
Indeed.
No!
Yeah, they're over on platform 6. Dear oh dear, this is going on, this outro. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time somewhere. And cut.